and trickery. I am dreaming of light, but I want it all.
Gas on verge of empty. This too slick sentiment. The rage of purple skeletons and their skeletal dialects. Purple lights. Pressed finger on the tongue, faintly resonant. Resonance. 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 Grapple fistful, fists as fits, bluish, smoke, blushes in the swirls of rain. It's not white, quiet. I've asked for my share of miles. I have received them. To the moon, how many clicks to press in fully and back? How many stomachs to feed? And the landfill brought me down. And the stars lit up the west. And I think about the coast starlight sometimes. Gas masks and rays of extermination. The fumes spelling regular vowels. The mouths and their whispers of gloom and dust and death. We stare at the sunset and bellow. We blow smoke. The leftovers a trickle, a fume that punctuates. It sears. It hides in the incision of the night. A balloon and a sigh and a wrath of wriggles. The Sphinx yawns lungs before it's torn in two. soldiers tired and at rest. There are bruises and the sound of rapping. Waste no time to be the train. Waste not want transportation. They transposition while we uproot from beneath the tracks and hunker our ways across town. A town overrun with ambulances and cops. Kaleidoscopes of emergencies. And nudity. And the veiled initiation of intimacy. Gargoyle glances and the question of the phalanx. And woe to the head of the fortress. It is not near. It isn't far. Emblems of death blended toward ecstasy. Emblems of death toward blended ecstasy. One may call it a pocket of a fractured mirror. One may call this city grid a pair of lips, healthy but dehydrated. Caution. The cruel. The fleet of the foot. The intangible embrace, a locket, a locker, a locked cabinet of glass and worn softwoods. Less of the exposure, more of the sublime. Positionality, the permanence of ringing through. Sentiments of the inland, of the river. The scythe marks its territory with a hush before a shiver. Get off at the last stop, heart racing in memory of the first time. Signs of traffic, of hiccup, latency, of benches and spools. The last left turn on the left. blinking, silenced by waves of motion, motion silenced by, must be a virus, inconsequential. The room, it shifts and breaks, thousands of flies flanking, and what optics, and what do we hold on to as illuminated night? Scry bright, scrying slightly when cold, I walk toward light when the light begins. I feel ruptures of dependence, small cars and smaller trucks, a wilted hand holding a deck of cards. Grim tidings replaced with the agony of absurdity. A man dancing with his eyes closed. Bus speak. Mutual tone. The decision that we may keep between us. Us. The decision that we choose to keep, that keeps us in, aligned. for pull, push, plunder, hack. Take the headphones off my neck. Cords of braced movement, the lengthening of the spine, snatching momentum. home going.
I'm going to read you something very new and then something very old. This first poem is, it will make more sense if you've ever watched the show New Girl. Has anyone watched that?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. If not, hopefully it still resonates. To reverse Nick Miller, exempting the parts with Megan Fox, whose face barely moves. To shift gears mid-break, to shout about cookies and farms and plumbing, to hold your book like a baby and press rewind on your life. To be stranded in a random Toyota dealership in Vegas on account of your dead credit card and bad credit. To backslide so hard. To wish you could call your favorite old people who loved you unconditionally. They're dead too. To shift gears mid-break, to waffle, to fool around, to be the low-down get-down. To doctor soups and sauces to perfection, to think about singing about the beast and troubadours again. To shuffle backwards with your back soaked in sweat and other people's secrets caught between your teeth. To shift gears mid-break, to don a yellowing, ratty Henley shirt that falls to the knee. To be an alcoholic and or charmed by alcoholics. To not know whether you've met your future self or just a raggedy, crazy old person. To drop and crack your phone screen and watch the web spreading. To start at the beginning, to begin at the start again and again. To feel, to be everything in Manás clavado en un bar. To shift gears mid-break, to feel the distant, minute thunk, maybe something, maybe nothing, collapsing inside, barreling this way. Thank you. And this is the very old poem called Hook. I was a boxer before he met me, blood soppy after a match on the curb, before he carried me home in a cardboard box, my knees on the ridge and wet feet dangling out. I was a boxer, but he lifted me, defeated, through the dark. He bandaged my knuckles, kissed them, but could not still the shaking, and I would not tell him of the teeth, the crunched nose, the shattered temples written into my skin a long time ago, a different time. I loved the moles on his cheeks, the crooks of his elbows, but only when I towered over him the first time. He was just some kid, we both were, crumpled, bent at strange angles, with the air, twitch, scent of animals, held cold, playing or fighting. Now the linen, so white and clean, made me happy. So instead, I told him how, before I was a boxer, I used to punch holes in the garage walls in case they buried me, like my little brother in a coffin box, unopened, to the sky alive. The dirt in my mouth and eyes. Yes, if I died, my mother would dress me in a wine-colored pressed velvet dress with white kid gloves and her yellow pearl necklace, but she would not recognize me if I stumbled back swinging, dress torn, knees battered, knuckles white, wild hair, alive, the first time. My hands would never fit the leather, and words never fit my mouth. So I told him these things, how foxes caught in traps have been known to gnaw off their own paws to escape, how I've dreamt of hopping boxcars in boxes, sealed up evergreen forests in cardboard boxes. Oh, the smell of dusk at dusk of trees, the running, the dust in garage windows, the streamed light, so the wild loneliness would not kill me, the heavy gesture. The whole time he says nothing, listens, his gaze sweet. He must know, has no reasons, no wilted dandelions clamped too tight in his fist. And I have no reason, no, I can't ask the things he dreams of. If he knows my name, if he recognizes me from somewhere, if he even knows his own name, or if this is his custom, to comb through slush and ticket stubs and empty soda cans for all kinds of strangers, or me, just me, I don't know. I want to tell him about my little brother. I want to tell him about the men I beat up. I want to tell him about the men I loved. He must know they were never gentle, like this, like him, tucking the corners around my jaw, as if weary of bruises, the cold snapped trap staying close, unafraid. But I know, no reason, no life, animal joy, only boxes his wrists, the pulse. I am a boxer, and I pounce, pin him to the ground, run my tongue along the shell of his ear to hear the sound escape from his throat of him, defeated, comforted. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I have the microphone.
Do you need me to help you?
If
I could probably do my job.
I just need that to be
Like
near
right,
this.
right there?
Yeah, right there.
Okay. This awkward way to do this.
I don't know. Will it?
That sounds like it makes noise.
Yeah, I'm also gonna reach, so it could be okay if it's. So I'm gonna whack it. Because I'm gonna.
Alright. You break it, you buy it.
Right, where were we? Poetry with ads. Poetry without ads still has ads, but the ads have been turned into poetry. You thought purchasing poetry without ads was better, but this poetry turns you into an ad. You wanted to experience so much life. People would call you Earthwipe, but you became a palm tree in Seattle. Wind hissing through your fraying fronds, trying to create a DIY astrological sign for yourself. But like nicknames, hand jobs, and cups of tea, it's better when someone else does it. So you seek your local universal significance vendor and ask, what can I get for this? I was on Rover for a while, trying to find a dog that was cool enough that I could run off with it into the woods and just ghost on the owners. But now, I'm more focused on the owners and finding a family I hate enough that I want to steal their dog. The vendor suggests, you've lost track of why you're angry. In order to express this, they sell you a bumper sticker that says, if you were a muskrat, you'd be home now. After years of searching for where muskrats should be, you go off the grid. Instead of watching the news, you set up a lawn chair at a four-way intersection where the catalpa trees have lost their job at the guitar factory and got so fucking fat they covered the stop signs. And you sit there and try to make eye contact with the drivers. You theorize people develop addictions because everything that's supposed to be fun has become work. And doing something harmful cannot be reframed as work. But what if you do nothing? What if you do super nothing? Until you are the infinite, eternal, cosmic information matter. So infinitely hot that you're frozen in perfect constant molecular movement. So frozen that your particles caught fire due to unexpressed inner friction and have become so infinitely hot. Then somebody, actually super nobody, both elsewhere and nowhere, is carrying so much pain that they need at least one more of them. Someone they wished for so hard that they produced a ball. And now there's an everybody, each holding a ball. And there's mounting social pressure to do tricks with it, but sometimes you can't help but notice that everybody's too focused on their own tricks. And it seems silly to do tricks yourself. You sit still. You sit in stillness. You sit in stillness long enough and the ball talks. Hey there, little boy, girl thing. Are you using art to stab at the heart of creation and the genesis of meaning? Or are you just getting really good at making patterns because of neurosis? Every organ has its own heart. But some of them are a Halloween decoration. Some are a decoy heart for those with ill intentions, because the heart is a storage for vulnerability that can't be spread out. If you can arrange it tactically, it's not vulnerability. Trust is a door, but not all rectangles are doors. And I punch in the code you tell me. 4 digits. Works every time. Sometimes I want to punch in a different code, just to see if really any 4 digits work and actually you've just been messing with me. But then I think, what if it's wrong? What if it's so wrong and then no code will ever work again and I'm permanently locked out? And you know, ads are just a form of shadow vulnerability. Here's an ad right now for a straw. It sucks the last sip from the bottom of the drink, the sweetest and most coveted. But what if what comes from our depths, our last sip, our most coveted, is worthless, watered down with ice and saliva and resentment from all the passing time? Then you'll need another straw that slurps the first sip. And that's just a regular fucking straw. And every moon has its first night as a moon, where it learns that the moon is just a gym for malnourished thoughts. And don't you want to be the one? Don't you want to be the one? Don't you want to be the one to defeat thinking, right? To have the one thought that is all thoughts. Instead of continuing to waste your time and all of our time, our whole lives, having many thoughts just to get to that one last thought. Why not be the sun instead of everything it shines upon? Except the sun is a single pinprick that thinks it's the sun. Recognizing this pyramid scheme of subjectivity is a history of having thoughts. It asks what is outside of us and wordless to be knowable in other ways. You know, wordless ways. Quick, let's get rid of some words. Write a detective fiction where the night was slaughtered while it was looking at itself because it was afraid of decay. and it thought it would rot if it stopped watching itself. And it wouldn't rot as long as it was watching itself. Passing time in silence and chewing obligation candy. Obligation candy, the feeling of having meant to do something and the feeling of having done it in alternating 3-second increments. The chewing gum. Chewing is a binary. Chew, not chew. Chew, not chew. Chew. Metronomic. A clock. No. A clock cover band. It plays for a crowd. It's nostalgic for time. Open. Close. Open. Close. Open. Close. Open. 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 Thank you.
Talented and inventive contemporaries. It's amazing to me. I feel just so grateful and inspired and intimidated. All at once.
Whoa, dude.
Thank you for your confidence. I'm going to try to do a couple of different things. Something very traditional to start, and then I'll see how that goes, and then maybe some other stuff. Anybody here know the Sons of Rainier?
Yeah.
One of my favorite bands. I think Devin Champlin is one of the best traditional songwriters around, and this is the Devin Champlin song. In these Tennessee hills, I lost my mind. I must have took poison along with my wine. I must have done something I oughtn't have done. Let my dreams slip with the sinking sun. In these Tennessee hills, in these Tennessee hills. These Tennessee hills, these Tennessee hills, these Tennessee hills, where I lost my mind. I must have took poison along with my wine. Must have done something I oughtn't have done. Let my dreams slip with the sinking sun. And these Tennessee hills, and these Tennessee hills, and these Tennessee hills. I send Eric ACOSTA a poem every night,
It's my favorite part of my night.
and
Yeah, every fucking night, yeah.
like
Sometimes edits in the morning.
And so I'm going to search Eric ACOSTA poem and then another word in my email, and I want you to suggest a word, and if I can find a poem with that word in it, so you can just start shouting things out. I'm going to try to find it. Hopefully this doesn't take forever.
Egregious.
Egregious. I don't think that's going to be in it, but I'll try.
Climactic.
Yeah.
Round. Detergent.
Oh,
Curtain.
Detergent.
this is awesome. I'm going to read an Eric poem, because sometimes he sends me one back.
Nice.
Egregious. Google Gmail is like, how about appalling? Is that close enough? You can see it right here. See that? Appalling. I'm thinking of you and wishing word could provide the rest of my body to hold your spaces. From ever wretched corner I find my love, and in this feed it is as the unmoving brick, who leans to the fluid, the fat gludge, heavy in good, powerful nectar, your ancientness on tongue to throat, bulb and root, nutrient-rich pudding, arrested, vacious regalement seed, and of these new-found spaces, scratches and clicks, rind, whistles and grates, finch, unholy siserance betries brimming of you, the tropics whirring, pretonal humidity of you, to this love then turns to blooming, a new, appalling color and shape, marvelous complexity of bloom. That's it. I like that. Cool. Is that a Hawaii poem? You know.
It's got little hints of Hawaii
Hints
in it.
of Hawaii.
Yeah.
Sounds like a detergent or something, or like a cologne or something. Eric Bocek as a motherfucker did like a poetry restaurant where he passed out menus, and I'm just like, I gotta up my game. So I'm gonna try this. So inner selfie, maybe you saw them. They're just like cartoon faces, like caricature faces, kind of spontaneously drawn, and then I captioned them. So it's just like a face and some words. So I'm gonna hand you it because you're good at doing stuff like this, and you're like my ringer or whatever.
Do you want me to draw?
Yeah, and think of it like so that as many people can do it as I'm not gonna play for a long time, but a few minutes. But like you know the Japanese form notan, just like a few brush strokes to kind of capture the essence of the figure. Maybe think if you get handed the clipboard, maybe make your face like pretty quick and then give it a caption. Don't overthink it. Yes, you have a question in the back, in the middle. Yes.
Is this the same face we're all building upon? Or is
No. Once you're done with yours, take yours out and keep it, or stuff it underneath. There's more pages down here. and then pass it on. There's a couple of Sharpies. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. So we're doing the face and doing the caption?
Yeah.
And
If you don't want to do the caption, you can pass it on. Somebody else can do the caption. You can have. I'm gonna give you this, and you guys are gonna have to figure it out. You should give it to.
Yeah, that sounds like
Definitely
immediately.
Assigned.
You assigned yourself. All right, inspire me, music man.
Okay. I'm gonna set a timer so I don't go on too long. I'm gonna set it somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes. Pick a time.
All right, somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes sounds
Yeah.
nice. Oh, you want me to
Yeah,
pick a
yeah,
time?
yeah.
4:33 and a half.
Perfect. Yes.
Oh yeah. I hope the ghost of John Cage is
in
in
half a
here.
second, but okay.
No?
All right, starting now.
Well, what am I fucking doing?
Thanks, everybody.